we'll take it back to Hong Kong then. Why Hong Kong? What led you to Hong Kong?
Actually, I studied cinema and I was at university, and I was really much into the Hong Kong movie industry. And in 94, 95, I decided to actually go to Hong Kong to check out how was the movie scene and stuff. And I had a common friend who introduced me to what became afterwards my partner, and yeah, that's how I discovered that we had a similar taste for at the time growing techno sound, and we started producing together some tracks. Then he came to Paris, and we keep on making music together. Started a label, and from the first release, Technasia originally, and from that point on, a lot of DJs catch up our first release, and we were really into it. So
was that 96? Was that?
96.
Yeah. So why Hong Kong? Why was Hong Kong? As you said yourself, there was nothing there. There wasn't a scene there. Was there a buzz there beforehand, or was it generated that yourself?
When I speak about Asia in terms of like clubbing and stuff, it's pretty much like commercial music, you know, goes into trance, stuff like that. And there's not really much underground scene. There's no, there's no, and there were no record shops either. Yeah. So there's no resident DJs playing like regularly kind of sound in the club. So when I actually discussed with my partner about setting up a label to release the music that we were producing, we thought that it would be actually really fun and really challenging to do it in Hong Kong, since they were actually working. I mean, Hong Kong is pretty much a business city, you know, financial center, you know, so it's kind of clashing to have this underground techno label based there.
Musical culture just breaking through.
But you know, there's a few clubs here and there, you know, like very small, like 100-200 people, very good atmosphere, but it's not, basically, the region is not really made for this kind of music.
So how did radio take to the whole label, to the whole scenario of dance music?
I don't know, it's just takes time, you know. We spoke a lot. We thought a lot about how to do it, how to build our name, how to express our emotions, you know, for this music. Because at the time, you know, it's not like today. The 90s was pretty much everybody was discovering this kind of music, you know, getting to club for the first time, like, oh, what the hell, you know. So we just wanted to retranscribe that into music, you know. This was our passion at the time, and well, just catch on naturally from that point, you know. A friend of mine, Rory O'Neill, at the time, a very famous French DJ, really helped us. He really liked our first release, and he really helped us to get more recognition.
Push it forward.
Yeah. And then we started to play, of course, like live acts, because there was a lot of demands at the time for us to play. So yeah, about 97, 98, we started to play a lot in festivals.
Did you DJ before you became a producer? Or
I was DJing a little bit, but not really professionally. My partner was more a DJ. I was more a regular DJ in a small club in Hong Kong. But in Paris, I was not really playing. I was just playing at home, you know. And so we actually started first playing live acts. You know, I was bringing a lot of equipment on stage, gongs, and you know, I just like to experiment sometimes, you know. You cannot always do it, because when you're just playing a small techno club, you know, there's not necessarily enough space for you to experiment with the equipment and stuff. But if you had the chance to be able to play on a big festival with a big stage, that's where you can actually bring like a lot of things.
A lot more live.
Yeah, exactly. So and from the year 99, 2000, like there was a lot of requests for DJing as well. So then this is when I started DJing, I would say, professionally. Is that a profession? I'm not sure. Yeah, but yeah, that's where I started basically to play.
So from 2000 then, well, let's go back a bit to where your first production was concerned. The sort of equipment that you used back then. You used like Cubase?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I was using one of the first Cubase version, Cubase 3.5. Remember, it was on a floppy disk, so yeah. So Cubase was basically synchronizing the whole equipment. Had Akai sampler, Focusrite compressor, had Nano 9, which I sold.
You very much into outboards.
Yes, I like that at the time. I had a big Mackie mixer. I'm still using Cubase today. I kept some of my gear, not the one that takes the much space, the rackable versions. And when I actually make music today, I like to combine both, you know. When you make strictly music with computers, you like a little something, you know, a little character, a little body, something is missing, you know? So I like to add an external compressor or external drum machine or something like that, you know? So it's very nice to mix both.
So you get that sort of tight sound that's very grunge at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, if I listen to my very first productions from 1997, I mean, kind of make me laugh, because when you look at the actual sound spectrum, it was much more narrow than what it is today, you know. There's not so much sub, you know, not so much high frequency. At the time, everything was pretty much into the low mid and, you know, the mid and the high, so it was kind of rough. But of course, I don't want to produce this way today. But there's something special, something magic about it, making music that way also.
Do you think that's a good point, to tell the truth? Do you think that music has become too not
formatted?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, you think that you find that now?
Yeah, completely, yeah. I mean, the worst part is that the softwares that I make to actually make music today are so much automatized, you know, everything is about automation, you know.
Yeah,
just click and it's ready, instantly ready to actually play with it, you know, and do something. So there's no need to actually learn from it, experiment, and because you like this experimentation,
become lazier.
Exactly, and you like this experimentation phase, you know, which is very important because this is where you actually find your best ideas. And people just open their computer, open the software, and it instantly works. So what do they want to do? They want to do what everybody does. And this is actually why I feel everything's a bit formatted, a bit too much.
Well, maybe that's a good thing in hindsight. People like yourself who do go back and actually use that equipment. People hear that sound and think, why does my track sound like that? And then they find out that you do actually use compressors, you know, there's output, and they think to themselves, well, maybe I should do that then. So in a way, it's a good way for you know, as far as you being a producer, because your music does stand right out straight away, regardless of how people play it.
I mean, that's where the key is, you know, to be able to make yourself different from the other, but not by thinking about it, but by actually living it, you know, experimenting. That's a very important factor. I mean, if you start to listen to the actual first electronic different dance music tracks coming from Chicago, you know, Detroit. And these guys at the time were doing music with pretty much nothing, you know, synths, drum machine, a tape recorder, like 4-track. And you can listen to the music today, it's still magic, there's still a lot of emotion, and you can still play tonight, it's no problem, it's no work. And if they were able to do it, then people today should be able to do it as well. There's no reason for that.
But I'm thinking like you said, though, because it's become, you know, I've had this conversation a few times, but it's become more accessible to a lot more people think that they can just go ahead and do it.
Yeah,
when they're sitting down to actually try and perform it, they can write the song, but when they listen to it, it's your tracks, and there's like loads of ways, people like them, just like, where's that?
I think if you just compare with famous guitarists like Jimi Hendrix, would it be the same if actually Jimi Hendrix had a guitar which actually plays the solo for him? No, it wouldn't, you know? That's the same thing in the end, you know? It's not because it's electronic music that the whole technology has to do it for you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. That's a misconception.
There has to be the human factor at some point, you know? And human factor comes with also training, practicing, and it takes a lot of time, you know? So
how long do you really spend, you know, you write a song? Does it come to you like in a few days or one day, or do you gradually build it over a period of time?
The original idea comes very quick. The actual, from the moment you find the actual idea to the moment that it's released, that can be very, very long. Actually, on my forthcoming album, there's a track which was made. I mean, the idea was made like about 4 or 5 years ago. So I just kept it because I was not really. I didn't want to work on it. I just wanted to leave the idea and let it sleep. And one day I have a lot of loops ready on the computer, you know, just because I have pretty much some of the gears that I was using at the time. So I can always like use very old loop, very old ID, and put it into the sampler and start to jam around with it. You know?
So it does come relatively easy then?
Yeah, exactly.
So how long did this album take you?
It took me about a year and a half to make it. That's normal time to make an album. I mean, you can go faster. You can make an album in 3 months, you know, but it's not gonna be the sound that you're gonna make is gonna be pretty much the same throughout the whole album. If you want to have something which is very different, very with different atmosphere from one track to the other, you need to take really a long time to actually work. Because maybe for 2 months you are in that kind of mood, and the next following 2 months you are in a totally different kind of mood. And the mood really affects the way you make the music.
So, what's the process of you putting this album together? Like you said, you can change me from one month to the next, so all the period 18 months, how did you really finalise the whole lot?
What I did is that I actually sat down for 6 months and started to work on a lot of different things. And started to finalize some of the tracks. I think at one point there was about 15 tracks which were pretty much ready. And then I started another session of 3 months making more tracks. Some of these new tracks were actually made from, inspired from some of the tracks I made before, and I basically decided that the last 3 months would be for the final arrangements, final editing, pre-mastering and all this. So that went actually pretty fast.
Did you take that decision yourself? Or?
Yeah. You got to work with the schedule because you got to work with deadlines, because if you don't, you tend to change idea quite often, and if you don't actually put yourself in a schedule, like proper schedule, you never do basically anything again because you're never satisfied with yourself. So
always a perfectionist.
Yeah, it's very important. I mean, you can't just drop the tracks that you make in the night. Sometimes these tracks are actually the best, very very fresh. But I think for 90% of the tracks that an artist makes, you need to actually be very perfectionist about what you do. You can never reach perfection, but you need to make it as
You're
best
always
as you can.
very critical of yourself.
Exactly.
You do your own worst critic at the end of the day. So if you hear something, I produce myself, I hear something like, I really like that, the next day, probably done too much then. If you go back to it, by the time we've gone back to it, like, that's totally lost it altogether now. So.
But sometimes it's really hard, because you spend like 1 month listening to the same track over and over again, working on different drums, and it just doesn't go, it's just not right, So, and then all of a sudden you wake up, you go to the studio, you see the mistake, you see the error, and then you change it, and that's it.
It's all there,
It's very strange. It's a very strange process. It really depends on your mood. Really depends if you had a good week. Really depends if you play a good gig the week before.
But you can't carry that back forward now, because I'll go to clubs and I hear a track and I think I really like that, and I'll go and write something that's similar to that track just based on the whole feeling vibe of the track. So it definitely very much works. So I think we better mention what the album's called.
Central.
And there's a few remixes on there as well.
Actually, the remixes will come out in September. So the album's coming out at the end of May, and we're gonna have remixes by Mauro Picotto. Used to be a more trance DJ, but now switched to techno. It's actually a very good DJ producer. There will be a remix from Mark Romboy, who's a German producer. Remix from Dozen, which is a young Spanish artist that actually produced. Also remix from Edwin Ostomo, which is the partner of Joris Vaughan and his label. I actually know Joris and Edwin pretty well because we kind of started their label with me back in the days. And the other ones I'm still negotiating with them, so I
can't really say nothing about that.
But I think it will be around 8 to 9 remixes. So it's very nice because they bring another view on your tracks.
Yeah, sure. It's good exposure for them.
Exactly.
Remixed tracks such as yours as well. Do you find that you get more of a better reception in the international market rather than the UK, or is it quite a balanced affair?
Every country is different, and sometimes within a country, it's quite different as well. If you go to South UK or North Scotland or in Northern Ireland, it's different atmosphere in the clubs. People are crazy. I think in London sometimes people are a bit more reserved, but they're also very interesting in the actual music, and there's a lot of clubs in London as well, pretty much the center of electronic music today, and for quite many years, so it's very different, from one country to the other. There's of course leading countries, UK is one of them, Germany, Belgium, Japan, Brazil, also very good, you know. For my kind of music, you know, I play techno, tech house, so I would say it's more these territories. For DJs, I play more trance or you know, deep house, stuff like that. It can be also other countries where it's
like Germany,
yes.
They're very much into like the deep trance and the more harder stuff, I suppose. And going back to the title of the album as well, the Central, that's all about Hong Kong.
Yeah, exactly. This is the actual main metro station of Hong Kong.
Right.
So I was discussing with my partner. It's not with me anymore, like officially, but we still run the label together. And we were discussing about concepts, something to associate with the album, and we were actually in the metro when it happened, so in Hong Kong. So, and then we will have that metro station at Central. Yeah, what a good title. You know? So we decided to actually take that as the main title of the album.
Well, I wish you all the success on that album.
Thanks a lot.
It's been a brilliant interview.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Technasia.